This is Alejandro Garnacho, and he's one of Manchester United's brightest prospects. Whilst Man United aren't exactly doing well themselves, Garnacho has legit carried this club at times this season already. I mean, who can forget that overhead kick he did against Everton? That was absolutely outrageous. But that does beg the question, how good could he actually become? Well, in today's video, we're going to find out. For the next 10 seasons, we're going to be playing the career of Alejandro Garnacho. We're going to help him fulfill his potential as a player. We're going to try to win him as many trophies as possible, and maybe even make him the best player in the world by winning the Ballon d'Or. And there he is, Alejandro Garnacho. He's an exciting prospect, 74 overall. He's not even 20 years old yet, man. This guy's got such a good future. And just look at his stats already. 84 pace, 70 shooting, 77 dribbling. I dread to think what my FIFA stats would have been at his age. Now, I'm putting him on an inverted winger training plan. With him being a winger, I want his pace going up, and I definitely want his shooting stats to go up as well, even though in real life he's one of United's top goal scorers. And after meddling with the team a bit, this is the strongest starting 11 United can field whilst Alejandro Garnacho is in the team, but that does bring us to a little bit of a problem. There's obviously Marcus Rashford and also Jadon Sancho who play in the same position as Garnacho is, and whilst in real life Garnacho is playing at a much higher level than these pair, in the game they are much higher rated than him. So even by putting Garnacho in the starting 11, by default the game will probably put Rashford in his place and drop Garnacho to the bench, but luckily we've got a couple of rules to follow. I'm allowed to sell, loan out, or even release players if that means Garnacho is able to fit into the team. And I'm allowed a maximum of 2 signings per season to help improve the squad and help Garnacho's chances of actually winning more trophies. So with that being said, both Rashford and Jadon Sancho were up on the transfer list for a loan deal. I'm not going to sell them just yet because for all I know, next year I may get an offer I simply can't refuse. And just like that, Sancho's been loaned out to Madrid for a year. And Rashford's gone to Newcastle for a couple of years. What a signing that is for the Geordies. And that means Garnacho's no longer got any competition in that left winger role, meaning he'll be in the starting 11 every single game this season. And guys, I almost forgot we're going to keep track of how many goals, assists and trophies he's won at the end of each and every season, and that will include Ballon d'Ors too. But this is the team that Garnacho is going to be rocking with for season 1, and whilst it's not exactly an amazing team, it's a half decent team. I'm expecting him to do pretty well this year. But we are making a little stop around Ballon d'Or season. I want to see who's been nominated, and more importantly, I want to see who the best player in the world is. And it looks like I've unfortunately skipped the nominees, but Erling Haaland has won the 2023 Ballon d'Or, so he's the guy to beat. But he's 91 overall at 23 years old, man. We've got a lot of catching up to do if we want to be better than Erling Haaland. But in season 1, we finished second in the league with Manchester United, man. Granted, we were only 3 points behind the winners Liverpool, but this isn't going to help Garnacho's chances of catching up with Haaland, is it? We also didn't win the FA Cup because Norwich knocked us out on penalties in the quarters. And Portsmouth knocked us out in round 4 of the Carabao Cup. And we only made it to the round of 16 in the Champions League. But to be fair, United didn't even make it out of the group, so we've actually done a little bit better in this area. And Garnacho's looking good. He's still only 19 and he's almost 80 rated, man. We've got 9 seasons left with this guy, bear in mind. We're going to turn this guy into an absolute monster if we can get his training plan right every year. But for a winger, his stats are absolutely terrible. 46 games played with only 5 goals in 7 assists, man. He definitely needs to improve this part of his game. But the good news is he's gone up to 79 overall. He's not even 20 years old yet. We are doing something right in the development area, at least. I'm just hoping that in season 2 his stats massively improve. But his overall stats so far, he's got 5 goals, 7 assists, he's won no trophies and no Ballon d'Ors yet. So it's now time for season 2 with Garnacho, and as you can see, his stats have already massively improved. 88 pace, 78 shooting and 83 dribbling. But I'm putting him on the wide playmaker training plan because as you can see, guys, the passing at 67 is definitely lacking, and also this will improve his skill moves by 1 anyway. But we do have something to take care of. Jadon Sancho is back from his loan move from Real Madrid. He's gone up to 83 rated. He's 4 ratings higher than Garnacho. We got to loan him back out again. And just like that, once again, he's off on a loan move. This time to a team you guys aren't going to like. I'm sorry, United fans, but he's off to Arsenal for a year. Don't come for me, go for Sancho. But as you guys can see, that leaves Garnacho being the only left winger back in the team, so his starting 11 place is secured for at least another season. And this is the team that Garnacho is rocking with going into season 2. Now, I have switched the formation to the 4-2-3-1. This is because I completely forgot Casemiro played for United somehow. And I've actually tried something different so far. I've left it on a standard tactical vision, and as you guys can see, I have got no coaches in the system at all, meaning that all the growth that you're seeing from the players is completely organic. But to be honest, guys, I'm not fussed about the team. I just want Garnacho to improve his overall and definitely improve his stats from season 1. But Man United fell off this year. 7th in the Premier League is where we finished, man. We were nowhere near the top 6. I know I've made no signings with United as of yet, but I didn't think I needed to, too, man. The team's already pretty damn good. We didn't win the FA Cup either, guys. We got knocked out by Newcastle in round 5, 9-8 on penalties. Jesus. And we didn't win the Carabao Cup either because Birmingham City, a team in absolute turmoil themselves, have knocked us out in the quarters. That shows you how bad United have been this season. But we did make the semis of the Champions League before absolutely getting thrashed by Roma 6-3 on aggregate. We were so close to getting to the final. But looking at the team now, I definitely feel like it should be doing better than 7th in the league, man. I mean, this is why I made no transfers. These are absolutely stacked with talent. But the important thing is Garnacho's going to 84 rated this year, 5 overall growth, 20 years old still. Maybe it's time for him to say goodbye to United and look for a better club in season 3. But I've got to admit, his stats aren't improving much at all. 12 goals, 6 assists in 55 games. He really does need to get more involved with the goal contribution side of his game, doesn't he? But after spending 2 seasons with United and winning no trophies so far, we may have to actually look for another club for Garnacho in season 3. We may actually be doing more harm to his career than good by keeping him at United. But his overall stats so far, he's got 17 goals, 13 assists, and he's won no trophies yet, as you guys already know. But before we go any further, if you're enjoying the video so far, leave it a big old thumbs up and smash that subscribe button. So it's now our 3rd year with Alejandro Garnacho, and we've had a lot of transfer offers for him from the likes of Chelsea, Liverpool, and even Manchester City, the cheeky sods. But one team's approached Garnacho, and I really like the idea of this move. It's Spanish giants Atletico Madrid. They have offered United 90.4 million for him. I mean, Garnacho's still got loads of time left in his career. I think moving to Spain will do him the world of good. And just like that, guys, his time at United is over for now, and he is joining Atletico Madrid for 90.4 million. But you guys already know where Alejandro Garnacho goes, we're going, and we're heading to Atletico Madrid as well. Now, this is the team that Atletico Madrid are currently rocking, and obviously the 5 at the back formation doesn't exactly fit Garnacho into the team, so that's something we're going to have to sort out straight away. And I think after looking at the team, the 4-3-3 flat is the way to go with Atletico Madrid with the players they've already got. And just like that, guys, Garnacho fits straight into this Atletico Madrid team, and honestly, with the 4-3-3 flat, I think it looks way better. Now, as for Garnacho this year, his stats are absolutely ridiculous, but I do really want to try and improve his shooting, man. That's the one area of his game that he really lacks. If we can get him scoring more goals, he'll become such a good player. Now, whilst Garnacho's time at United was very good individually, he didn't win a single trophy with the man, so overall it wasn't very good at all. So he is hoping with this Atletico Madrid team, our boy Alejandro Garnacho can win his first trophy with us controlling his career. Well, it's not a good start to Garnacho's time at Madrid. We finished 3rd in La Liga. I mean, we have got qualification for the Champions League, but ideally we do want to be going for the title. And we do make the Super Copa final, but Real Madrid beat us 2-1 to win it themselves. But we have won the Copa de España, beating Real Sociedad 3-1. That is Garnacho's first trophy with us controlling his career. But Benfica knock us out of the Champions League in the quarterfinals. You have got to be kidding me. When you look at all the other ties, we by a mile got the easiest one, and we absolutely choked it. I honest to God thought this team would have performed better than they did this year, but apparently I was wrong. But Garnacho is still improving, 88 overall now, 4 overall growth, and he's still only 21 years old, man. We've still got so much time with Garnacho. And his stats have massively improved, 32 goal contributions in 56 games. That is actually brilliant for a winger. Now, we have finally won our first trophy with Garnacho, but if we want him to be competing to win that Ballon d'Or every single year, we've got to be winning at least 3 or 4 trophies every single year, and that includes the league title and the Champions League. So all in all, guys, Garnacho has got to step up to the plate every single season now and make sure that we are winning trophies left, right, and centre from now on. But as for his overall stats at the end of season 3, he scored 39 goals, he's got 23 assists, and he's won 1 trophy so far. So it's now time for our 4th year in charge of Garnacho's career, and this time I'm not so much focused on making sure that Garnacho's on the right training plan. I'm making sure that the team itself is actually ready for the season ahead. Primarily our right winger Depay and our centre midfielder DePaul, both are 32 years old now, and if we're to help Garnacho win as many trophies as possible, we need to improve these positions. Luckily though, we've got 222 million in our budget, and I've already found the 2 players I want to replace Depay and DePaul in those positions. The first one being Nicolo Barella. He's 29 years old, 88 overall. This one's just a no-brainer, really, ain't it? And I'm going for Moussa Diaby for that right winger role. He's 27, 88 overall, and if you saw that Bayer Leverkusen takeover I did, you know what a beast this guy can turn into. And for the combined total of 205 million on the dot, we have signed both Moussa Diaby and Nicolo Barella to Atletico Madrid, and that's that transfer window done. And that means this is the team that Garnacho's rocking with for season 4, and I know that Diaby is injured right now, but he'll be back in a couple of weeks' time, so it doesn't really matter. All that matters really is the team team is absolutely levels above what it was last year, meaning that Garnacho's chances of winning trophies has just gone a little bit higher. So let's see if I'm right. Well, it looks like I was wrong. It looks like I was very wrong for that matter. We finished 4th in the league, and I think we actually finished lower than we did last year. We also got annihilated in the semi-finals of the Super Copa once again by Real Madrid. And DCF knocked us out of the Copa de España in the round of 16. We are having a shocker of a season so far. And it doesn't get any better because Juve have knocked us out of the Champions League in the round of 16. This has been by a mile the worst season we've had so far with Garnacho. But he's still gone up to 91 overall at 22 years old. And as you guys can see, he's one of the world's best in his position. And stats-wise, he's had a very good year. 29 goal contributions in 49 games. He's the second top goal scorer this year too. I thought coming to Atletico Madrid would have been the right move for Garnacho, but clearly I was wrong. But next year we do have the advantage of him being 91 rated and being one of the world's best, so if we do decide to move him on from Atletico, we'll get way bigger teams coming in for him than Atletico Madrid. In his overall stats so far, he's scored 60 goals, he's got 31 assists, and he's still only won 1 trophy. So guys, we are now halfway through the takeover of Garnacho's career, and I have decided to put him on the transfer list. I mean, he's 91 rated now, guys. I feel like he's a little bit wasted at Atletico Madrid, especially when there's bigger and better teams out there that he can play for. And believe me, big teams have come in for him. Inter Milan want him, Juve want him, even Bayern Munich want him, but there's one team that's come in for him that I just can't say no to. And that team is Real Madrid. They've offered Atletico 157.7 million for him. I know this won't go down well with Atletico Madrid fans, but honestly guys, I feel like this is absolutely the best and wisest decision I could make for him. And just like that guys, Alejandro Garnacho is the latest addition to Real Madrid for over 150 million. He is hoping that this transfer actually pays off. And just look at the Real Madrid team that we've joined, man. Obviously, the formation isn't exactly suited to Garnacho just yet, but we can sort that out straight away. But this team is absolutely levels above Atletico Madrid. I feel like we just need a better centre-back than Marin, and we are good to go. But luckily, we've got 141 million to spend on one player, so I don't feel like we're going to struggle all that much. And the centre-back I went for was Matthijs de Ligt from Bayern Munich. He's 28, 89 overall. He'll be a very good centre-back partner with Eder Militao, and for 115 million on the dot, we've made this deal happen. And that leaves the starting 11 looking like this going into our first season with Garnacho at Real Madrid. And at this point, guys, we have to be winning at least 2 or 3 trophies this season, man. We're at Real Madrid, for God's sake. I can't see a bigger or a better team come in for Garnacho than these guys. But it's a good start, guys. We've won the league by 23 points in the end. We only lost 1 game from 38. We well and truly dominated this league this year. And we've also won the Super Copa, beating Barca 2-1 in the final. And we've also won the Copa de España too. That's the treble secured already. Imagine if we won the Champions League as well. Unfortunately, it wasn't to be. Arsenal just about knocked us out in the round of 16, but you know what? I'll happily settle for the treble. And whilst Garnacho hasn't improved, he's still only 23 years old and 91 rated, man. This guy is genuinely an absolute phenomenon. And he's Madrid's 3rd top goal contributor, getting 25 goals, 11 assists and 41 games. He's had an outstanding season. But the thing is, now that Garnacho's won the treble with Real Madrid this year, that puts him within a shout to win the Ballon d'Or in season 6. You never just know, he might actually win it. But his overall stats so far, he's scored 85 goals, he's got 42 assists, and he's now won 4 trophies. So it's now our 6th year of this takeover of Garnacho's career, and he's still only 24 years old and 91 rated, man. This guy's a beast. And as you guys can see, it'll only take 5 weeks for him to become a 92 rated player. As mad as this sounds, he's still got time to improve. Now, as for the team itself, I'm not meddling with it in the slightest. Last year it won the treble, for God's sake. I'd be daft to change anything. But with Alejandro Garnacho winning the treble last year with Real Madrid, like I've already said, it puts him in the shout to win the Ballon d'Or, so you better believe we're checking what the crack is with that. And guys, Garnacho's actually been nominated alongside Rodrigo, Erling Haaland and teammate Vinicius Jr. I feel like Garnacho should win this though this season. But we've just missed out to Vinicius Jr, man. He's won the 2028 Ballon d'Or. But the good news is we're now at the point where we can be nominated for the Ballon d'Or, so if we have a good season this year, next season we may be within another shout to win it. And it's a good start, guys. We've once again won the league title, this time by 3 points, but that doesn't matter. We've got the league title secured once again. And we've got the double because we've beaten Atletico Madrid to win the Super Copa. Made that the treble as well because we've won the Copa de España, beating Barcelona to do it. But we once again choked the quadruple, man. Real Sociedad beat us in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. Are you kidding me? Real Sociedad of all teams. But Alejandro Garnacho is 92 rated at only 24 years old, man. I'm telling you right now, if he's our best goal contributor stats-wise, next season he is without shadow of a doubt the favourite to win the Ballon d'Or. And guys, stats-wise, he's been our best player, 37 goal contributions in 54 games. I'm telling you now, that Ballon d'Or has got his name written on it already. And his overall stats at the end of season 6, he scored 112 goals, he's assisted 52 times, and he's won 7 trophies now. So it's now time for season 7 with Garnacho, and instead of focusing on him this year, I'm going to focus on the team, because there's one area of this team that we really do need to focus on. We need a younger and better goalkeeper than Thibaut Courtois. He's 37 years old now. Granted, he's still 87 overall, but that overall ain't going to last like that for much longer. And we've got 269 million in our budget, and we are allowed a maximum of 2 signings per season, remember. Luckily for us though, we only need 1. And that one is Diogo Costa from Juve. He's not even 30 years old yet and 89 overall. I couldn't think of anybody better to be Courtois' successor at Real Madrid. And us signing Diogo Costa didn't even dent our budget, as we only had to spend 70 million to bring him to Real Madrid. And now Garnacho's Real Madrid team looks like this going into season 7, and I feel like another treble's definitely on the cards. And I think it's finally Garnacho's time to be named the best player in the world. Remember, he won the treble last year, and stats-wise, he was our best player too. I can't think of any other player in the world right now who deserves it more than this guy. And guys, it might finally happen. We've once again been nominated alongside Haaland, Rodrigo, and our teammate Vinicius Jr. I swear to God, we hadn't better lose it to Vinny Jr. once again. You've got to be kidding me. Vinny Jr. has once again won the Ballon d'Or. How the hell did he beat us to that award this year? We both won the treble, granted, but goal contributions wise, we were the far better player than him, so I don't understand how he's beat us to the Ballon d'Or once again. I am honestly this close to calling the Ballon d'Or completely rigged, man. We may actually have to do something about Vinicius Jr. in order for Garnacho to win the Ballon d'Or. But Garnacho's got to brush this off, pull his socks up, be the best player at Real Madrid once again, and hopefully next year will be his time to be named the best player in the world. But this time we haven't done as well as the previous season, because we finished second in the league, a good 7 points behind Atletico Madrid. Isn't that ironic? But we did win the Supercopa, so we have got 1 trophy. But Atletico beat us to win the Copa de España, man. That's the double out the window straight away, isn't it? And RB Salzburg, of all bloody teams, knock us out of the Champions League in the round of 16. Why can't we win the Champions League in this video, man? We're 7 seasons in, we've yet to win it. But the good news is Alejandro Garnacho has grown to 93 overall. He's still only 25 years old, for God's sake. And whilst this year he isn't our best goal contributor, he's still miles clear of Vinicius Jr. I still cannot believe Vinny Jr. won the Ballon d'Or over us this year, man. That's actually rigged. But the overall stats for the end of season 7, he scored 132 goals, he's got 61 assists, and now he's won 8 trophies so far. So it's now our 8th year with Garnacho, and once again, I'm not going to focus on Garnacho because I feel like he's just on a planet of his own right now. We need to focus a bit more on the team. As you lot know, we're very deep into career mode now, and as you guys can see, a lot of our players are beginning to get on a bit, which means we're going to have to bring in some younger talent to make sure that we've got replacements. And luckily, we've got 220 million to spend on a maximum of 2 signings, and I know just the players I want to bring in. Firstly, I'm going for Antonio Silva for the backup centre-back. He's only 26 years old and 88 overall. He will be the perfect replacement for Eder Militao. And I'm going for Arnau Martinez from Arsenal to be Alexander Arnold's replacement eventually. He's 27 years old and 86 rated. And for the combined total of 160 million, we have made both of these players Real Madrid players. And that means this is the team that Garnacho will be rocking with in season 8. And honestly, guys, I don't think he's going to win the Ballon d'Or this year, but I feel like I've got to check just in case. Okay, the Ballon d'Or in this game is officially rigged. Rodrigo, Erling Haaland, Moussa Diaby, and Vinicius Jr. have been nominated. The same Vinicius Jr. that got less goal contributions than us last season and won the same amount of trophies than us last season, but somehow isn't with the shout of winning the Ballon d'Or again. But as it turns out, it's not rigged after all. Erling Haaland has once again won the Ballon d'Or in 2030, but the fact that Vinicius Jr. got a nomination and we didn't, even though we performed better than him last year, is an absolute joke. We need Garnacho to pull a madness this year. That means way more goal contributions than Vinny Jr. this season, and we need to at least win the treble. And this is a good start. We've once again won the league, this time by 12 points. Real Sociedad finished second, fair play to them. However, we didn't end up winning the Supercopa, nor did we win the Copa de España because bloody Granada knocked us out in the round of 32. But we finally got our hands on that Champions League trophy after beating Marseille 3-0. We've got the double, the league and the Champions League, the biggest two you can get. And Garnacho at 26 years old is almost 95 overall, man. Surely to God he's got to have done better than Vinny Jr. once again when it comes to goals and assists. But apparently not. He got 8 goals in 33 games. For some reason, Reina is getting more game time than Garnacho. We're going to have to sort this team out next year, man. Maybe we're going to get rid of Reina and also Vinny Jr. But the fact is, guys, Alejandro Garnacho has yet to win that Ballon d'Or, and time is very quickly running out for his chances to do it. In his overall stats so far, he's scored 140 goals, he's got 61 assists, and he's now won 10 trophies altogether. So this is now our 9th year in charge of Garnacho's career, and I've made a couple of decisions behind the scenes. Now, the first thing I did was send Reina out on loan to Chelsea for a couple of years because for whatever reason, he got more game time last year than Garnacho, even though Garnacho is literally 12 ratings higher. And I've officially converted Vinny Jr. to being a right winger. For the longest time, he's been a left winger, whilst Garnacho has been to have finally sorted that out. But one thing I'm not going to do is sell Vinicius Jr. on, because who's to say he won't perform better at another club? At least whilst he's at this club, he's got Garnacho to compete with. So for this year at least, the team will remain the same going into season 9. Now, I am going to check who's won the Ballon d'Or this year. I'm pretty certain it's not going to be Garnacho, but you never know, do you? I don't know why I'm surprised at this point. Vinicius Jr. has once again won the Ballon d'Or. I'm not jealous, guys. I really aren't jealous at all at this point. This season is legit our final chance to help Garnacho win that Ballon d'Or, man. There's only so much I can do. The guy needs to perform on the pitch and win us some trophies. And that is exactly what he's done. We've won the league title this time by 5 points in total, and that's trophy number 1 of season 9 so far. Made that trophy number 2 because we've just won the Super Copa. But Barcelona knock us out of the Copa de España 8-7 on penalties. Come on, man, really? But we have won the Super Cup, securing the treble, and what's mental is we could still secure the quadruple. And that is exactly what we've done, boys. We've beaten Bayern Munich 2-0 in the Champions League final. That's the quadruple secured, and maybe we'll have secured Alejandro Garnacho his first Ballon d'Or. I mean, he's looking good. He's 27, 94 overall. We just need to beat Vinny Jr. on goal contributions, and we may stand a chance. Now, we have got an impressive goal tally, 29 goals and 13 assists in 56 games, but Vinny bloody Jr. is our top goal scorer with 31 goals, man. Why can't he have a day off for once? At this point, guys, I don't think I could have done more, man. He's 94 overall. We've won the quadruple, for God's sake. We've got 2 goals more than Vinny Jr. in total. Surely to God, we've got to win that Ballon d'Or. In his overall stats so far, he's scored 169 goals, he's assisted 74 times, and he's won 14 trophies in total now. So it's our 10th and final season controlling Alejandro Garnacho's career, and this is the year we find out whether he finally gets his hand on that Ballon d'Or or he's once again been beaten to it by bloody Vinny Jr. Now, as for the team itself, I'm not going to do anything with it. We won the quadruple with this team, for God's sake, man. I'd be absolutely stupid to do anything with it. So for the final time in this takeover, let's see if Alejandro Garnacho's been nominated for the Ballon d'Or, and let's see if he's actually won it. Well, guys, we've got a nomination alongside Erling Haaland and teammate Evan Ferguson and Vinny Jr. I swear to God, if Evan Ferguson wins this the first time he's nominated, I'm actually going to break this controller. The Ballon d'Or's officially rigged. Vinny Jr. has once again somehow won the Ballon d'Or, even though we won the same amount of trophies and actually got 2 more goal contributions than him last year. I'm not going to lie, that has absolutely gutted me, man. Garnacho fully deserved to win it this year. But you know what? He's already grown 1 overall this season already. He's still not even 30 years old. Let's go to the end of the season for the final time and see how many trophies he's adding to his tally. Well, unfortunately, he's not adding another league title to his tally because this time we finished 2nd in the league, only 2 points behind Barcelona. But we do add another Super Copa, making that 1 trophy won in season 10. But in the Copa de España, Barcelona knock us out in the round of 32, man. They've got a knack for knocking us out of stuff, haven't they? But make that trophy number 2 because we've annihilated Wolfsburg to win the Super Cup. And we've secured yet another treble in our 10th and final season in charge of Garnacho's career by winning yet another Champions League trophy. And I swear Garnacho's timing is beyond bad. He's outscored Vinny Jr. this time by 6 goals. I actually reckon next year he could have won the Ballon d'Or. But we end our tenure with Garnacho with him being a 28-year-old, 95 rated winger, being one of the best in the world by a country mile in his position. And his overall stats for the end of this takeover, he scored 198 goals, he got 81 assists, and he won 17 trophies in total, but unfortunately he couldn't get his hands on a single Ballon d'Or. I'm still saying that competition's rigged. But that is the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, leave it a big old thumbs up. Make sure you smash that subscribe button. If you want to see another video like this, then you should click right here.